All right, welcome. Today, we are putting together the complete blueprint for launching your very own trucking business. We're going to break it all down step by step from that very first piece of paperwork all the way to the moment your rig hits the highway. So if you've been dreaming about this, about being your own boss, calling your own shots, and seeing the country from behind the wheel, then you are in the right place. We're about to turn that dream into a real, actionable plan. Okay, let's look at the roadmap. We've got 6 key stages to cover. We're starting with the legal foundation. Then we'll get into permits and licenses and, of course, managing your money. After that, it's the big stuff, trucks and drivers, daily operations, and finally, how to market and grow. Let's get into it. First things first, you have to lay that legal foundation. Seriously, this is the concrete slab your entire business is built on. Getting this right from the very beginning is going to save you so many headaches down the road. And it all kicks off with one big question. What kind of business are you going to be? Now, you've basically got 2 popular choices here, and the difference is huge. A sole proprietorship? Yeah, it's super easy to set up. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. There is 0 legal separation between you and the business. If something goes wrong, your house, your car, your savings, it's all at risk. An LLC, on the other hand, builds a legal wall around your personal assets. It's a bit more paperwork, sure, but that protection, that peace of mind is worth its weight in gold. So, you've made the smart choice and decided on an LLC. Great. Now it's time to make it a real, official thing that the government actually recognizes. And here's your basic checklist. You'll file the official forms with your state, you'll pick a business name that no one else has, and you'll put together an operating agreement. That's kind of like the rule book for your company. And you'll also need to get something called an EIN. So what's an EIN? The easiest way to think about it is like a social security number, but for your business. It's a 9-digit number from the IRS you'll use for just about everything. Filing taxes, opening a bank account, you name it. It's a must-have. And good news, it's free to get right from the IRS website. Okay, so your business officially exists on paper. Awesome, but you can't start hauling yet. This next part is all about getting the right permissions, making sure you're totally street legal. First up, your US DOT number. If you plan on crossing state lines, which you probably do, this is completely non-negotiable. The Department of Transportation uses this number to keep tabs on your company's safety record, inspections, everything. It's basically your public safety report card. And right along with that, you're probably going to need an MC number. Now, if the DOT number is all about safety, the MC number is all about authority. It's what gives you the legal green light to actually haul freight for other people across state lines as a for-hire carrier. All right, you are legal, you are licensed. Now let's talk about the fuel that really keeps this whole thing running, the money. Managing your finances right is what separates the businesses that make it from the ones that don't. This is your financial starter pack. And the first thing on this list is the most important. Open a separate business bank account. Do not mix your personal and business money. Just don't. Then get some kind of accounting system going, whether it's software or a person. You need to know where every single penny is coming from and where it's going. Oh, and taxes? Don't forget, in trucking, you're not just paying income tax. You've got fuel taxes, vehicle taxes. You got a plan for all of it. And let me be really clear about this next part. Insurance is not a nice to have. It is not optional. You're operating a giant, heavy machine on public roads. The risk is massive, and having the right insurance is the only thing that stands between you and a financial disaster. So, what do you actually need? Well, there's primary liability. That's the big one that covers damage you might cause to other people or property. Then there's cargo insurance, which protects the stuff you're actually hauling. Physical damage coverage is for your own truck. And you'll even need other specific types, like bobtail insurance, for when you're driving without a trailer. Okay, let's get to the fun part, the heavy metal and the pros who drive it. You can't have a trucking business without, well, trucks and drivers. These are your core assets. And this is one of the first huge decisions you're going to make. Buying a truck means a massive upfront cost, but hey, at the end of the day, it's yours. You own it. Leasing, on the other hand, has a much lower barrier to entry. You can get on the road for a lot less cash down, but you're always making that payment and you don't own anything when the lease is up. It's a real trade-off between cash flow now versus long-term cost. And when you're ready to hire, these are the absolute non-negotiables. Obviously, they need a valid commercial driver's license, a CDL. You need to see a clean driving record that affects your insurance, your safety score, everything. And they have to be able to pass regular physical exams to make sure they're healthy enough for this demanding job. So you've got your assets, you've got the people. Now we shift gears to the day-to-day reality of actually running the business. This is all about management and compliance to keep those wheels turning and making you money. I feel like a broken record, but I have to say it again. Compliance is king. The trucking industry has a rule for just about everything. And if you don't follow them, you're not just looking at fines, you could lose your authority to operate altogether. It's a core part of the job. And here are the big ones to keep on your radar. You've got all the general FMCSA regulations. Then there are the really strict hours of service rules, which say how long a driver can be on duty. Those hours are all tracked using mandatory electronic logging devices, or ELDs. And of course, your equipment has to meet all the EPA emission standards. So, you're set up, you're legal, you're compliant, you're ready to roll. There's just one piece of the puzzle missing: customers. Now we're going to talk about how you actually find the freight that pays the bills. Here is a simple but super powerful 3-step game plan. First, look like a pro. Get a simple logo, put up a basic website. It just shows you're serious. Second, get out there. Join some trucking associations, go to industry events, shake some hands. And third, and this is a big one, use the tools. Get on the digital load boards like DAT and TruckStop. That's where shippers and brokers post jobs every single day. It's the fastest way to get to work. And there you have it, the whole blueprint from idea to hitting the road. We've laid out the map. You know the steps. So now there's really only one question left. What's your first destination?